Hi friends, good morning. Today we are going to discuss a topic in civics, unit 1, forms of government and democracy. What is the meaning of forms of government? The governance of nations differs significantly based on who has the power. So here we are going to discuss about what are the different types of government we have in our country. There are different forms of government like aristocracy. That means a form of government in which power is in the hands of small privileged ruling class, that is nobility. Example, United Kingdom, that is UK we used to call Spain in one of the European country. The other part is monarchy, a system of government in which one person reigns supreme, usually a king or queen, constitutional monarchy. Example, Bhutan, Oman and Qatar. The next point of view is autocracy, a system of government by one person with absolute power, that means complete power. Oligarchy, a small group of people having control of a country or organization. Example, former Soviet Union, China, Venezuela, North Korea. Theocracy is another form of government. The entire world, how we are just ruling life. A system of government in which religious doctrines form the basis of government headed by a priest who rules in the name of God or proclaims himself as a god. Democracy, a system of government in which eligible members in the population vote to elect their elected representatives, and the party individual who obtains the majority votes forms of the government. Example, India, USA and France. India is a democratic country. Everybody knows that, right? So it's a given example for the democracy is India, USA, France. The final point in the forms of government is republic. What is republic? A state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representatives, and which has an elected or nominated like president rather than a monarch. Example is president in India. India is a republic country we used to call. Example, India, Australia. What does the term republic means? How does we got that word? It was first coined in 500 BCE, that is before Common Era, in Rome. Rome is the capital city of Italy. It is derived from res publica, a Latin word meaning public matter. India. When did India become republic? India became republic on 26 January 1950. It is governed in accordance with the constitutions adopted on 26 November 1949, which came into force on 26 January 1950. So we started to celebrate Republic Day only on from 26 January 1950. So these are the forms of government we have discussed. What are the forms of government we have discussed now? About aristocracy, that is nobility persons. Monarchy, it's a queen or king who is to rule. Then autocracy is absolute power, those who have, that persons alone. Then oligarchy, a group of people, a small group of people which having a concerned country or organization power, like that. Theocracy and democracy, finally republic. These are the forms of government we found. Now what is democracy? The next side heading we are going to talk about what is democracy. Democracy is derived from two Greek words, demos meaning people and kratia meaning power. Thus, literally democracy means the power of the people. What is democracy? It is a form of government that allows the people to choose their rulers. Only leaders elected by the people should rule the country. People have the freedom to express the views, freedom to organize, and freedom to protest. This is democracy. What is the meaning of the democracy? It is a system of government of which the supreme power is vested in the people of a country, and people elected their representatives either directly or indirectly through the fair and free elections, which are usually held periodically. Once in a 5 years, normally used to get the elections to elect our leaders. So usually it is held only during the periodical time. Based on, according to our Mahatma Gandhi ji, what is the definition he defined related to the democracy? True democracy cannot be worked by 20 men sitting at the center. It has to be worked from below by people of every village. What he said? True democracy cannot be worked by 20 men who is sitting at the center alone. It has to be worked from below by the people of every village. That is called people power democracy. What are the important features of democracy? There are certain salient features which are described here that we are going to be discussed. Before that, we want to discuss about the definition of democracy, which has been brought out by the Abraham Lincoln. It's an important question. Abraham Lincoln, one of the president of USA, who defines the democracy as a form of government. It has been done only of the people, by the people, and for the people. This is the proper definition who just brought out by the Abraham Lincoln. He defines democracy as a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So what are the other features of democracy? Point number 1, elected representatives of people and final decision making power to the representatives. Point number 2, free and fair elections. Point number 3, voting right is with equal value to those who have attained the age of 18 years. That means what? Universal adult franchise. We the Indians have the right only above the age of 18 years who has the right to give a vote. Fundamental rights and protection of individual freedom. So these are the salient features of the democracy. Now we are going to discuss about the types of democracy. Have you heard about the types of democracy? How many types we have normally? We have 2 types of democracy. There are direct democracy and indirect democracy. The types of democracy refers to the kinds of the government or social structure which allow the people to participate equally. So here we are going to discuss about direct democracy, indirect democracy. Indirect or otherwise we call as a representative democracy. When the people themselves directly express their will on public affairs, that type of government is called direct democracy or pure democracy. Example, ancient Greek city-states like Switzerland, all smaller states we called. Indirect democracy, it's a good example, India. When the people express their will on public affairs through their elected representatives, the type of government is called indirect or representative democracy. Example, the prevailing system of democracy of India, USA and UK. Look at the tabular column. The forms of democratic government. Forms of democratic government in 2 types. One is a parliamentary form of government. Another one is presidential form of government. Parliamentary form of government has an example India and England. What are the types? How they were just following? Through the electoral, legislature. Legislature wings consist of what? The parliament. The 2 wings, parliament of the India. That is, one is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Executive. So all these three methodology they were following in parliamentary form of government. Presidential form of government, electorate, executive and legislature. What is the example for the presidential form of government? The country USA and the France. Parliamentary form of government, India and England. So these are the forms of democratic government. Merits and demerits of democracy. What is the meaning of merits? Merits is nothing but advantages. Advantages of democracy. Point number 1. Responsible and accountable government. Number 2. Equality and fraternity. Equality, everybody should be equal in front of law. Fraternity, it's nothing but a feeling of friendship. You have a friendship deal with other countries. Then point number 3, sense of responsibility among common people. Number 4, local self-government. Number 5, development and prosperity for all. Not only for your sake, for the entire country you have to be deal with. Then point number 6, popular sovereignty. Sovereignty, it's nothing but a what? It's a feeling of friendship and independent one. Popular, independent. Everybody is having a right to do it up. Sense of cooperation and fraternal feeling. That is the feeling of brotherhood we used to call. These are the advantages you are finding in democracy. Now demerits. This is disadvantages of democracy. Point number 1. Indirect democracy is the nature of democracy we used to call. Point number 2, lack of interest in a democratic process and hence lower turnout in elections. So point number 3, instability in government due to the fractured mandate. Nobody is following the same, whatever the rules, the law has been created by the government. In between they are just breaking the law. So delay in decision making process. So these are the 4 major disadvantages of the democracy. Now we are going to discuss about the Indian government. Democracy in India. India has a parliamentary form of democracy. Already we have learned in tabular column. India has a parliamentary form of government. The Indian Parliament comprises the elected representatives of people and makes the laws for the country. The participation of people in the decision making and the consent of citizens. Consent is nothing but agreeing by the people, by the citizens, are the 2 important elements of the parliamentary form of government in India. What are the 2 decisions are there? The participation of people in the decision making and the consent of citizens are the 2 important elements of the parliamentary form of government in India. This is our parliament. It is located in New Delhi. Now here, India is the largest democratic country in the world. Democracy in India works on 5 basic principles. These are sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. Sovereign country, it's nothing but an independent one. Everybody is just based on that. Socialist, a person who advocates socialism or who follows the socialism. Secular, free, not concentrated on any other with a religion, based on the religion. Okay, democratic and republic. That is a country that has an elected government, is an elected leader, that is like a example president. Okay, so these are the 5 basic principles for the democratic country India has. Every person who is a citizen of India and who is not less than 18 years of age can exercise their right to vote in India. Who is not less than 18 years. So keep it in your mind. 18 years old alone can able to give a vote. So this has been, there is no discrimination based on a person's caste, creed, religion, region, gender and education when it comes to provide the right to vote. So there is no limitation to see whether you are male or female or any other caste or religion, which basic religion you belong to. Everybody is a common here, equal in front of law. Okay. Do you know matter? The important one we are discussing here. The Parliament House in India was designed by the British architect Edwin Lutyens and Herbert Baker in 1912-13, and construction began in 1921 and ended in the year 1927. Now we are going to see the elections. What are the types of elections we have in India? India has a quasi federal government. Quasi means both federalism and unitary form of government is there, with elected representatives at the federal, state and local levels. The general elections are conducted by the Election Commission of India, who is just conducting the election. General elections are conducted by whom? By the Election Commission of India. At the national level, the President of India appoints the Prime Minister, who enjoys a majority in the Lok Sabha, the lower house of the Parliament of India. You know about our Parliament house. It consisted of two houses. One is the Lok Sabha, another one is Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha are otherwise called as a lower house or house of the people. Rajya Sabha are otherwise called upper house or council of states. So all the members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected through the general elections, which take place once in every 5 years. So how many years they are just taking an election? Elections are conducting once in a 5 years. So it is a normal circumstance. There are two Anglo-Indian members which was nominated by the President of India to the Lok Sabha. How many members? Two Anglo-Indian members. Members of the Rajya Sabha. We have discussed about the Lok Sabha. Now we are talking about the Rajya Sabha. Members of the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the Indian Parliament, are elected by an electoral college consisting of elected members of the legislative assemblies of the states and the union territories of India. The President of India nominates 12 members for their contributions to art, literature, science and social service. So, here 12 members are nominated by the President in the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha are otherwise called as a permanent house. Once in every 2 years, 1/3 of the persons are getting retired. Now, we are going to discuss about the first elections in a democratic India, free India. General election to the first Lok Sabha since independence were held in India between 25th October 1951 and 21st February 1952. The Indian National Congress, who emerged victorious by winning 364 of the 489 seats. Jawaharlal Nehru, who became the first democratically elected Prime Minister of the country. You know very well, the first Prime Minister of India is after free India, it's our Jawaharlal Nehru. British India general elections 1920. This is Jawaharlal Nehru after the independence, who became as a Prime Minister of India. Here, the general election, it started in the year 1920, where elect the members to the Imperial Legislative Councils and the Provincial Councils. They were the first elections in the country's history. So, very first, British India, that means British also surviving here in India. By that time, they have given an election in the year 1920. Major challenges to Indian democracy. Democracy is the dominant form of government in the contemporary world. It has not faced a serious challenge or a rival so far. In the last 100 years, there has been an expansion of democracy all over the world. The various aspects of democracy and its challenges are illiteracy, poverty, gender discrimination, regionalism, casteism, communalism and religious fundamentalism, corruption, criminalization of politics and political violence. So these are the aspects which democracy face the problems. Conditions for the success of democracy in India. Success of India. Point number 1. empowerment of the poor and illiterates to enjoy the goodness of democracy, willingness among the elected people not to misuse their powerful position and public wealth, eradication of social evils and dangers from which democracy suffers. Social evils like, what are the evils we faced during the period of the British time itself, like sati, other examples which is given like social evils, female infanticide. The people, those who followed, all they want to eradicate the encounters, the dangers from which democracy suffers a lot previously. An impartial and efficient press to form the public opinion. Presence of strong public opinion. Feeling of tolerance and communal harmony among the people. Awareness among the people of the fundamental rights that they are entitled to enjoy. Conscious check and vigilance on the working of the elected representatives. Powerful and responsible opposition. This conscious check and vigilance on working of the elected representatives means opposition party is only dealing with those things. We have a ruling party and opposition party with the coalition government. When you are going to learn about in the next lesson, we are going to talk about that. Here, Indian democracy can be successful and vibrant only when it is citizens imbibe and reflect in their behavior the basic democratic values like equality, freedom, social justice, accountability, and respect for all. Their mindset, thinking, and behavior are expected to be in tune with the essential conditions of democracy. So they have to appreciate the opportunities for their desired roles, which like participation, making the system accountable, fulfilling obligations, and playing proactive roles to actualize the goals of democracy. So here the point out of the recap is given, that is on the whole lesson what we have discussed now. Government is a group of people who govern a community or a unit. Monarchy is a system of government in which one person reigns supreme, usually either a king or a queen. Types of democracy, which refers to kinds of government or social structure which allow the people to participate equally either directly or indirectly. When the people themselves directly express their will on public affairs, the type of government is called pure or direct democracy. Based on universal adult suffrage, every Indian citizen of above 18 years of age can exercise the right to vote in India. So here we have discussed about the entire topic, the forms of